Hello, Easy Nation, and welcome to another episode of the Easy Cage Show. Guys, I am Darth Easy.
And I'm Randy Cage.
And welcome to episode 135 of the Easy Cage Show. This week, we've been doing these random movie reviews, usually hitting some kind of franchise, and we start off with Indiana Jones, and now we're moving on to our second trilogy of films. And today we are talking about the Christmas classic. Move over, Jimmy Stewart. We're talking about Die Hard, the 1988 Bruce Willis. I believe John McTiernan the guy who directed this film. I'm not really 100% sure if I was right about that, but then you also have Alan Rickman, and you got some other people that I really don't know their names. So yeah, Die Hard. I'll let you I'll let you start first. Talk about this film.
I'm being interrupted. Hold on.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Well, see, since Ray Cage is away at the moment, I guess I'll do a little vamping. Whenever we thought last week's episode was going to be a part 1, part 2 episode, but actually it turned out just to be all part 1 because the stream all messed up, my camera messed up, so. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting that way that this is how it turned out. And I did hear Randy Cage ranting about Indiana Jones and not watching Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but that's life. I mean, he might as well get over it because guess what? There's only 3 Indiana Jones movies, and I don't care what Randy Cage has to say about that. But yeah, as Randy Cage is handling business, I guess we'll just continue waiting. Let's see. I did actually, since I'm here talking, I did just watch Cruella. It was actually a pretty enjoyable film. I watched some other movie. I'm getting ready to watch another one. So as I wait for Randy Cage to rejoin us to talk about Die Hard.
I am back.
Whoa, wow. I mean, I was talking all kinds of crap about you and everything.
I'm sure. Did you hear me talk crap about you last episode?
I did. I went because it's funny because I was just telling the fans that we thought last week was going to be a part 1, part 2, but actually it all stayed in one episode.
Oh.
You just see the blue screen for a few minutes, and then we come back.
Well, I'm filming this in my office, so it was bound to happen eventually. Somebody decided they wanted to come visit me. And,
But no, I was just saying how I was talking about how you were complaining last week about not watching Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, and I told the fans he might as well get over it because there's only 3 movies. We don't talk about fan films. We talk about I don't care if they get Harrison Ford to appear in them. We don't talk about fan films on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
and give it a little, and I was also giving a little update of what I've been watching. So, but now,
back to Die Hard.
Let's talk about Die Hard now. That's why we are here. So, Die Hard, go.
So, I rewatched this yesterday or day before yesterday. I can't remember now.
I think it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Maybe it was yesterday. Hadn't seen it in probably a good 10, 15 years because I bought them on DVD from that video store in Princeton one time when they had them for sale. And so then I just recently updated them to Blu-ray. But as I'm sitting there watching it, I forgot how much I freaking love Die Hard. I mean, it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
You keep saying it. It is a Christmas movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Lots of Christmas music. That's all it takes for me, but set in Christmas time. But I mean, you got peak Bruce Willis, okay? He's just your average, normal cop. And he just gets thrown into this situation. And you got one of the badass villains of all time, played by Alan Rickman, who just crushes it. I mean, he's such an intelligent villain too.
You know what the crazy part about that is, though? This was his first movie.
That's insane.
That is insane. But we watch his body of work from Galaxy Quest, which is one that you love, and I really enjoyed that, and he was good at that. But then for me, I grew up with Alan Rickman through the Harry Potter films, but it was cool. It's cool watching him in this role. I love Alan Rickman in this movie. Like whenever he's negotiating with the police, and was like, "I want the age to get along or out of jail," and the one guy's like, "The what?" He's like, "I heard about him on TV," just to give them something to do to make them look like they're terrorists. I mean, like that is so smart. And such a clever villain that we don't actually ever see because Die Hard really is, you look at it, to be a really dumb, stupid movie, dumb, stupid action movie, and usually the villains are doing something really stupid and ridiculous. Like that one movie that just came out, Those Who Wish Me Dead. Like the villains in that movie are completely 90s movie stupid, and Hans Gruber and like some of the henchmen get kind of stupid at times, but in reality, you're like, you know what? I see what they're doing here. That's kind of smart and clever. I like that.
Yeah. I love the scene with him and Bruce when he goes upstairs and Bruce Willis catches him, and he immediately kicks into, "Oh, I'm one of the hostages," and does this cool little accent and everything.
Oh, please, no! What are you doing? No!
Yeah. But yeah, I just love this movie. I laugh. It's got just enough Bruce Willis humor in there. I love yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, when he keeps calling him a cowboy.
Yeah. And like there was all of those little cool little Western vibes that I got this time watching it, where he says like, "What are you going off get Grace Kelly and John Wayne?" He's like, "That was Garrett Cooper, you idiots." I thought that was a reference to the movie High Noon, classic 50s Western, which is okay. It's not one I love, but it was such a little cool callback, relating things to being the cowboy and everything. I wasn't expected that. So I have a funny story with Die Hard.
All right.
Okay, so this is only the second time I've seen Die Hard, and I saw the first Die Hard. I don't know. It was probably a year or two after I was in college. I was home for Christmas break, and my brother was like, he gathered the family around and said, "We're going to watch a Christmas movie." And I said, "Okay." I was like, I don't really love Christmas movies. I really don't want to watch it. And so my mom and his wife, we're all gathered around the TV screen, and it was like it looked like this old Christmas movie was getting ready to play, but then he switched it to Die Hard. And I remember my mom went to bed angry that night. It was Christmas Eve too. So, and I watched it and I was like, this is a Christmas movie. This is awesome. And I had a lot of those, so, those fond memories of Christmas memories always come back swelling to me. And I have to say, like I said, this is only the second time I've watched Die Hard. I remember really liking it the first time. I loved it even more the second time. I thought it was so fun. The action, even the cop played by, I forget what the guy's name is.
Oh yeah, and if he's not alive anymore, Reginald VelJohnson.
Yeah, Reginald VelJohnson. Like I love that camaraderie between the two, where he's like, "I love you, man. I want to go over there and we're partners and everything." I like how they had these banter. Like, and whenever Willis throws the body on his car and says, "Welcome to the party, pal." So yeah, I mean, I think the action's great. I mean, but also we talk about the villains being smart. Like, I love how Hans Gruber and his one henchman, he's like, he's shoeless. Let's shoot the glass so it cuts him all up and he won't be able to do anything. If he even escapes, then we got him more at a handicap. So I it's like just the cleverness. You just don't see that from the average movie villain. So I thought that was kind of clever.
Yeah, I also like that he gets beat up a lot in this movie. You know, Bruce Willis struggles from the very first guy that he takes down to the last. I mean, he's not like this perfect super soldier. He's not John Wick. He's not running through there, you know, blasting people, headshotting them every time. You know, it makes it seem more realistic. And once you get into the later Die Hards, they kind of lose that realism part. But yeah, I had a good time rewatching it, and I was ready to pop in the next one. And I was like, no, we'll take our time, enjoy these. And so
yeah,
it's good stuff. Good stuff. I will say like some of the tech in it is obviously dated because it's from 1988, like the touchscreen monitors and stuff like that. And you could tell
I thought that was funny. Like
at the time, you're like, this is top of the line. And now you look at it and it's like, oh my gosh! But
that doesn't really bother me just because it's shot during the time, so I can that stuff I can let go. I thought this movie holds up visually. Like even the explosion on the rooftop looks good. Him jumping off the rooftop. Of course, I only remember that mostly from Brooklyn Nine-Nine when he's like, I want to jump off the roof. It's just like Die Hard did. And it kind of felt and like, oh, this is such a bad idea. But yeah, like I said, Bruce Willis, I mean, this was a movie that really introduced the world to Bruce Willis as an actor, for me at least. Of course, you know, there's only about 3 movies that I really love Bruce Willis in, and that's probably one movie you don't really care for is Looper. I thought he's really good in it, and it's something that which you can't get Bruce Willis to care about anything. I forgot about Unbreakable, so there's 4: Unbreakable, Die Hard, and then I would go Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. I always throw in. I love Fifth Element. I know a lot of people on that movie. I think he's great in Fifth Element, and then I also like him in Armageddon. He's good in Armageddon.
Yeah, I don't care for that movie. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Die Hard. Like I said, it's a fun action movie. We've done top 10 action movies before, but if we did that again, which who knows, we probably will one day. That will probably be higher on my list than it was last time because it was just so fun. It takes the first 10-15 minutes you're like, okay, he's dealing with the things, but then as the movie gets it gets better as the movie goes throughout, which is always a good part of a good movie. It always gets better as you continue the journey. And I think that's what Die Hard does. So it builds, and the ending is great. And the guy gets his wife back, and they live happily ever after. And so, I mean, yeah, Die Hard. I mean, fun. It's a fun little action movie. What did you give Die Hard?
I'd probably give Die Hard a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Yeah, I think that's a deserving review.
Yeah, I give Die Hard a 5 out of 5. And now, you know, I can, in my memory, because, you know, back in the probably early thousands, I watched Die Hard, all the Die Hards a bunch, but I'm excited to see the other ones again and see how they stack up and how I remember them. Because I like all the Die Hards except for that last one, and I may rewatch the last one too, just because maybe I'm giving it. Only watched it the one time in theaters, and I hated it so much. I just don't want to watch it again. But maybe I'm being too harsh on it. I've been told that I'm being.
You're probably not. You're probably being nice to go with you. So, like I said, we're just going to be doing Die Hard 2 and 3 because I've kind of heard Die Hard 4.
For the show.
So, so we skip.
But it's not. You know, it's PG-13. It's a little over the top and stuff.
Yeah. So, and it's kind of fun for me though, because now we're venturing into Die Hard 2 and 3, which I've never seen Die Hard 2 or Die Hard 3. I've heard stories. I know the basis around it, but I'm always just like, I'll watch it one day. I'll watch it one day. Guess what? That one day is coming up pretty soon. And like in 2-3 weeks, we'll be watching I think actually in 3 weeks we'll be watching Die Hard 2. So it'll be it's gonna be a very interesting film to visit. But I'm mostly looking forward to Die Hard 3 a little more. So, but guys, that's Die Hard talk. Also, make sure next week on my main Darth VC YouTube channel, I'm actually doing a regular review of Die Hard. Since I saw it, might as well do a regular Darth VC review on it. But you can also, like I said, you can enjoy that if you want. So, guys, that's Die Hard. Next week on the Easy K Show, me and Rennie Cage. It's been 6 months of movies, kind of 6 months of movies. And it's time for me and Rain Cage's annual the top 10 movies of the year so far. So what actually makes the list? What movies will any of these 10 movies that are on our list actually make the top 10 movies at the final list? Maybe not. Well, probably maybe not. But it's always a fun little list to do. It kind of gives us it's a midway before we hit to the final movies of the rest of the year, because we have so many more movies coming out with theaters actually open. Been to the movie theaters twice so far. It's been great. I mean, I missed it. I missed going to the movies, talking to regular people, and gets me out of town and makes me feel human again.
Yeah.
So, so I'm looking forward to going back to the movies. I don't know next time I'll go. I probably won't go back till Black Widow comes out, because I'm not seeing Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. It's got some crappy reviews, and I'm on the fence with Fast 9. So that's the one I'll wait for reviews to come out. So Ray Cage, where can Easy Cage fans find you at?
Well, I just I don't know how if you go to Letterboxd and search up Rainy Cage, I'm on there. And I just posted the reviews for In the Heights and Infinite.
Ugh, how was that?
Out. Infinite was some kind of special. I've never laughed so hard. It's been a while since.
So it's so bad, it's funny, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so that's where you can find me. Letterboxd and search Rainy Cage.
Okay, guys, make sure you check out me every week. I'm getting ready to have a bunch of reviews coming out, along with a bunch of movie reviews from In the Heights to Quiet Place, Cruella, and I might be watching the new Zack Snyder film tonight. If I get motivated enough to watch it, and also a review into the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect, and I'll finally, hopefully, get my Survivor rankings out. So you can check that out. So a bunch of videos coming out on Darth VC's YouTube channel. And guys, also check out the Darth VC Show. This is where this is being posted. You can check us out here every week on Darth VC Show YouTube channel, and we talk about all kinds of random stuff on the Easy K Show. And also check out my other podcast, The Rule of One, where I talk about anything Star Wars that I can find, mostly talking about the Bad Batch and some random episodes of the Clone Wars or other Star Wars content that connects itself to the Bad Batch. So it's been fun doing that podcast as well. And so, guys, until next week, all too easy.